Good morning, everyone. What's going on? What's going on? What's going on? It is Tuesday, May 14th, 2019. Let's get it going here. So, what do we got? It's a shit show out there. The market was bleeding red all day yesterday. You had that, obviously, the continuation with the China-US trade war. Keep talking about everywhere. It's talking about internet news everywhere you turn. But what you're seeing right now, obviously, is China just flexing its muscles back at the U.S. So that just, as far as the market is concerned, just equals sell-off across the board. A lot of companies are going to be getting hit hard in a deep way in the pockets, and if they're just getting by as it is, you can see some bankruptcies happening in months to come. So that obviously gives a lot of opportunities to the downside. A lot of companies that are at that level where they probably should be trading, they're going to be selling off left and right. So think about the sectors that you're going to be finding that depend most on China, and those are the ones that are going to be selling off the most. There's plenty of trades to be had in the markets. We're focusing on 8 ourselves, but there's plenty more besides what we got going on here. So this is what we're like going into the session. So we're going to start off with ALRM, alarm.com, and right now it's obviously down 5 points on its second. Well, it's been actually selling off for quite a while. So as you can see, our target is the 57 level. So we're getting a couple points of downside, showing some weakness after the dust settles. What we're going to do, we're going to take this thing down. Deere and Company obviously been selling off for a little over a week, and had a significant down day yesterday, closing almost 10 points down. So we're going to continue with this thing, see how far we can take this thing down. Momentum is definitely on the downside right now, so if it continues this weakness, we're going to step in and mitigate the risk of VWAP. Etsy is another one of these stocks that obviously again, consumer cyclical sector is going to be getting hit because of China's situation. So that all in all, that being said, I think it would have been selling off regardless, but you're going to start seeing this thing trading down a little bit lower, I believe, at least the 54 level. So that's our initial target, and if it shows some weakness, we like what we to the downside after the dust settles in the morning. About 10 a.m.'s time, we're going to step in and mitigate risk at VWAP. KLAC, KLAC, been trading this for a couple of days. As you can see, it sold off again yesterday, closing a little over 5 points to the downside. Target area for us is 106.50, so we're still a few more points to the downside for that level to be reached. Anytime it's going to get stuffed to VWAP, we'll step in and mitigate our risk. Restoration Hardware, we've been talking about this thing for a little bit now. It breached its support level. It's been trading at since April. And it's kind of have a few more, it's 3 or 4 more points of downside. So still, I'd like this thing to the high 80s. Just doesn't belong in the hundreds, and we were talking about this for a while. Once it broke at that 100 level and trading in the 90s, I think it's going to blow right through the 90s and start trading in the 80s. So keep a close eye on this thing. Obviously, with China's situation as well, it doesn't help the company. But regardless, I think this thing was coming down, whether China was going to set tariffs or not. So we like this thing a few more points of downside. Trade Desk obviously sold off, hit our 174 target this morning, and it's still showing some weakness. So that being said, we like it continuing to sell off a little bit. So we like it to the 166 level. If it continues to show its weakness after the 174 level, because obviously it could be bouncing from this specific support zone from its gap up on the 25th. If it does bounce, then we'll let it bounce, let it run up. But if it continues to sell off, it has a little bit of a gap fill to fill in, and if it does, then we like it to the 166. We're going to see let the market sentiment to kind of dictate price, and see if the rest of the market feels that the thing continues to sell off, and if it does, we enjoy it for another few points at least to the downside. UBNT sold off nice and hard today, continued actually, and we definitely like it to the 121. So we got a nice and still nice big chunk of meat on the bone here. So any weakness thing, just going to kind of go in tiers here to the downside. So we like this thing continuous right after the 945, 950 level time in the morning. And if it continues to show weakness, we'll step in. Last but not least, Wayfair. Wayfair is going to get killed, I think, with this China situation. So trading the 137s, I do not think it belongs there. So we definitely like it to the 129, 130 level. some nice meat on the bone in this one as well. So we got our eyes on a few ones. Restoration Hardware, TDD, W. They're all looking really, really good, but W is definitely on the radar for a while. Just don't think it belongs up here, and I think they're going to be getting hit hard with this situation with China. Regardless of the situation in China, but this on top of it, I think it's just going to start fading out. You're going to start to see this maybe trading on the 200-day, on the daily, but we're going to see. We like it first, 129 level, and we're going to go from there. If it starts to continue to sell, we'll ride this thing as far as it wants to go. Alright guys, that's it. Stay diligent with your stops. It's a crazy market we got going on, selling off left and right, emotions around the corner. So, don't fall into the traps, don't fall into the market maker traps. They're going to be sucking in buyers left and right, trying to, get shares, dump onto the markets from principal. So don't fall for that shit. If you stopped out, no big deal, step right back in. So just be patient, be patient, be patient, and be patient. Stay diligent with your stops. Alright guys, if you want to see how we're doing here, how we're building a watch list, how we're picking these stocks, how we're trading our stocks, come check out the site at thestreettrading.com, and we will sort you out on the 90-day course. Alright guys, have a good one in markets. Stay diligent with your stops, and we will check you later.